Have you ever wondered how countries manage to fight wars without actually facing each other on the battlefield? That's what proxy wars are all about. And trust me, they're way more common and complicated than most people think. So here's the deal. When two powerful countries don't want to risk a direct war, they look for another way to compete. Instead of sending their own armies, they support other groups or even other countries to do the fighting for them. It's like playing chess, but with real people and real consequences. Let's break it down. Imagine two rivals, let's say country A and country B. They don't want to fight directly because the cost would be too high, maybe even nuclear. So what do? They find local groups in a third country, let's call it country C, that share their interests. Country A supplies weapons, money, or training to one group, while country B does the same for their own side. Suddenly there's a major conflict in country C, but the real fight is about the bigger powers pulling the strings from behind the scenes. Why do countries do this? It's all about strategic interests. Maybe they want control over resources, access to key locations, or just to stop their rival from getting stronger. By fighting through proxies, they can push their agenda without risking a direct confrontation that could spiral out of control. Let's look at some real-world examples. Take the Cold War. The US and the Soviet Union never went to war directly, but they backed opposite sides in conflicts all over the world, like in Korea, Vietnam, and Afghanistan. More recently, think about the conflict in Syria. Multiple countries have supported different groups, each chasing their own strategic goals. It's messy, and the local people usually pay the highest price. But here's the twist. Proxy wars are hard to control. The groups being supported often have their own goals, and things get unpredictable fast. What starts as a clever strategy can easily turn into a disaster that drags everyone in deeper than they expected. So, the next time you hear about a conflict far from your own country, ask yourself, who's really behind the fighting? Proxy wars might sound like a way to avoid the worst, but in reality, they often make conflicts longer, bloodier, and harder to solve. Understanding how proxy wars work helps make sense of our world, and why peace is sometimes so hard to find. If you want to dive even deeper, keep exploring. The truth about proxy wars is more important and more complicated than ever before.